Welcome back to Crypto Coin News. My name is Zach, and today we're going to be going over the cryptocurrency marketplace as a whole and going over all the news surrounding the crypto space today. But before we get into this video, don't forget to subscribe and turn on those post notifications. And a huge thank you to you guys for helping us reach 100,000 subscribers in only 9 weeks. I really appreciate every single one of you guys. And if you enjoy these morning/afternoon recaps where we go over the news and the market conditions, make sure you hit that like button. It allows us to know which content you're really enjoying here on the channel. So hit that like button if you are enjoying this. But let's get into it. As you can see, the market is down today. $436 billion market cap with about $17 billion in trade volume. Bitcoin dominance is around 41.5%, just over it. And there's actually some bad news surrounding the space today, and we're going to go over all of that. But first, let's look at some of the numbers here. So Bitcoin is down 8%, as you can see, literally losing almost all of its ground from about 5 days ago. I really do think we're going to see it back at this price point that I'm pointing at here, as that's probably its next line of support, as it's nosediving along with a lot of cryptos. Ethereum's doing a nosedive. Ripple's somewhat stable, but still diving. Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Cardano, Neo is nosediving, a 7-day nosedive almost for Neo, and these are super attractive pricing for Neo. I'm definitely going to be grabbing some more, especially if it goes under that $100 price point, which I think we might see actually happen today or into tomorrow. There's a lot of FUD surrounding Neo, as there's somewhat of a smear campaign going on against Neo right now. A lot of people are suspecting that it's a smear campaign from Roger Ver and his team, as they back a cryptocurrency similar to Neo, but it's a direct competitor with Neo. So they assume that it's some type of smear campaign to take ground away from Neo. So we'll just have to see what really happens here. But let's continue down. A lot of cryptos are down like 10% today. This is a very bloody day in the market. 10%, 8% losses. Those are huge, huge losses. And the only cryptos that are really up today, we have Walton Chain up 22% and had a massive spike and bump in price. So if you bought it after that scandal, you've really made some decent money for yourself. But that's it. That's the only crypto up today in the top 100. Tether's up, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't count. So other than that, VeChain and DigiX DAO, they're barely down. These two I would consider pretty much broke even today. But everything else is extremely down, and the deepest dive a coin has seen today is Dragon Chain, down 22%, and Electronium down 21%. Zaquilla is down 17%, along with Loopring and Dent down at 15%, and even Nano's down 15%. And Polymath continues to plummet in price. This is becoming very attractive pricing for Polymath as well, at 75 cents. But if we continue down, a lot of these are losers in the 10 to 15 range. It's very normal to see Neo down 10% after 6 days of bleeding. It's still pretty concerning. I'd love to see it dip back into the 90s, because I'd be a big buyer in the 90 cent or $90 price range. Binance Coin's down 10%. A lot of cryptos are down. Well, let's go to the top 200. Is this affecting all cryptos? Well, let's check. So top 200 has 4 in the green right now. Credit 17% up. A lot of people talking about credits. A lot of people want me to talk about credits. Maybe we'll do a video on credits soon. Nulls is up 11%. Argaeus token and PayPal are up 7 to 2%. Genesis Vision is barely in the loss, down 1.74%. The biggest losers in the top 200 are Bitcore, Extrabyte, Oyster, Spank Chain, BlockV, Vibe, all down more than 15%, along with Simple Token as well. So a lot of big losers here in the top 200 and in the top 100 today. It's just been a very, very bloody day in the market, and it's a little concerning, especially as they're building back up. It would kind of suck to have built back up to 11.5 with Bitcoin and then fall back to the 9s and have to rebuild everything. It would look kind of, I think, gloomy for us if the market continues to run similar or somewhat sideways like it has been for the last 60 days. So that, like 30 of the last 60 we've been going down. The last 30 days we've been running sideways, only gaining 80 billion in market share over 30 days. And now it looks like we're about to dip again and then run sideways as we slowly build back up. So it leads a lot of people to question, when are we going to have a bull run? When are we going to break out? When are more people going to come in the space? Well, let's go over some of the news. So Bitcoin price is more likely to hit $100 without illicit uses, says Harvard economist. So he said, I would see $100 as being a lot more likely than $100,000 10 years from now. He said, continuing, basically, if we take away the possibility of money laundering and tax evasion, so this is a lot of FUD, Bitcoin's actual uses as a transaction vehicle are very small. So I don't like what he said here. If you take away money laundering and tax evasion, then what's the benefits? Well, the benefits are it's a currency we can control as a people. No bank can control the currency, as the people decide what it trades at. We as the people decide its value. And that's another place of store of value, I think, for Bitcoin. It's not a central controlled thing. It's not completely decentralized either, but it's also not completely controlled like the US dollar is by the government. So I see a lot of benefits here. But he said by 2028, he could see $100 being more likely. And he thinks cryptocurrency basically is going to die off and be a fad. So that's, I mean, obviously, I hate that FUD like this gets reported on, but I wanted to cover it too because stuff like this is what can really affect the price. This market is so young, guys. At 435 billion, it's so young that we like anything can affect it. Like for Neo to be able to be affected from a string of tweets. A string of tweets knocked Neo from like 140 to 104. So it was like a 5-tweet string that did that. So stuff like this can really hurt the perception of the market. Another piece of news, Bitcoin transaction volume hits 2-year low. So over the last 2 years, this is the lowest transaction volume has been for Bitcoin, even though we have rock bottom fees. So the number of transactions reached a 2-year low on February 26 with only 180,000 confirmed transactions. But it has bumped up since March 4th, 195,500. But as you can see, we are down here in transaction volume when we were way up here in December and November. And now we look at this 2-year low. This is the last 2 years. We haven't been lower since March 16th. So it is a little concerning to see that less people are using Bitcoin, less people are purchasing Bitcoin, just like less is happening. As you can see, the volume here is only 6 billion in trade volume for our #1 cryptocurrency. And it's continuing to fall at 10.7 right now. But let's go to the third piece of news. U.S. Marshals Service to sell nearly $25 million worth of seized Bitcoin at an auction. Okay, so basically they have 2,170 Bitcoin seized in a course of various federal, criminal, civil, and administrative cases. So the auction will take place on March 19th, 2018 from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Bidders who wish to participate must fulfill the registration requirements by noon, complete with a $200,000 deposit. $200,000. So I don't know what kind of discount Bitcoin's going to be going at this auction. So if you think about it, you know, Bitcoin's trading for 11 right now, say. I wouldn't want to buy Bitcoin from an auction unless I'm getting it at significantly cheaper, because Bitcoin could fall to $9,000 sometime today, sometime tomorrow, sometime next week. So I would love to be able to get in this auction and get Bitcoin for 5K. That would be really worth it. Like the lowest line of support, like 6 or 5K. That would be I'd be a buyer here. But the Bitcoins will be offered 14 different blocks, 2 blocks of 500 Bitcoin, 11 blocks of 100 Bitcoin, and 1 block of approximately 70 Bitcoin. So it's going to be expensive. You're going to be, if they sell them for 10,000, that's 700 grand. That's $1 million. That's $5 million. So it's going to be very interesting to kind of see who comes out and buys these Bitcoin in this auction. But we'll just have to kind of keep our eyes peeled and see what these coins go for. But let's go to the last piece of news. Auto giant behind Mercedes-Benz launches crypto coin to reward eco-friendly driving. So yes, Mercedes-Benz, the auto giant behind them, are trying to reward eco-friendly drivers with their own cryptocurrency. So it's kind of like, you know, a way to give reward points to consumers. But it's cool that they decided to utilize crypto instead of some, you know, generic rewards program. So I'm really happy that Mercedes is getting behind, because like I said yesterday, we're going to need this mass adoption from major corporations to really see crypto soar. And with PayPal, Amazon, all these companies getting involved, the more they're involved, the more they're tied into blockchain, that's where we're going to see it. And I think the first big adoption is going to be with freight and stuff like that. We're already seeing it to help keep track of, like, I think post offices, UPS, FedEx, I believe, you know, big freight cargo ships, just keeping tracks of goods and services. I think that is going to be crypto's main utilization right now, and that's where we're going to see mass adoption. And also to try to speed up payments or speed up transaction times, that's going to be another utilization. And that's going to take some major corporations to get involved to really see crypto become adopted. So I do think, you know, if we look at this market, I still think 1.5 trillion is very realistic by the end of the year. A lot can happen in like 2 months. We've seen it go from 850 billion to like 300 billion in the course of a month. So a lot can happen in the course of a month, and we could shoot up to 1 trillion next month. Who knows? You just don't know what kind of news and what kind of investors will come into the market. And like that's what we saw happen in late November, going as we skyrocketed to over 800 billion in early January. So I know we could definitely see that happen again. And obviously, I'm not going to be like, oh, if we run sideways another 2 months, we're never going to see 1 trillion. I think we could run sideways for the next 6 months. It only takes a couple of major corporations to really get involved to pump this market. So I'm remaining very optimistic. I am watching, if you guys want to know what coins I'm watching today, I'm watching Ripple, I'm watching Neo. I'm looking to take stronger positions in both because they're really cheap right now. I know Ripple's been flying around here for a while, but it's still really cheap. And if I can get more Ripple at 85, 88 cents, I think that's a good deal because I think it will be back to the $3, $4 price range by the end of the year. And I can see 4x on my investment or 5x. It's a good savings account. And Neo, I still am optimistic for 10x from this price point. $1,000 Neo, I'm very optimistic for that. I think it's got to beat out this FUD, and we got to see buyers come back in, and I think that might be, who knows, it could be next Monday before that happens. We could see a 5 or 6 day decline in the market right now. We really don't know what we're in for just yet. We have to break more lines of support to start really worrying, but right now I'm feeling pretty solid at this price point. If we go look at the market cap here, and you want to feel a little bit more, I don't know, warm and fuzzy inside, let's go over the last month. Okay, so a next line of support kind of seems like we would find support here at the 411. And if we didn't find it there, we'd maybe find it here at like 401. And if we didn't find it there, 384. And if we didn't find it there, 342 would be, I think, where our bottom would be from this fall, because this is our 1 month low to 1 month high. Now, I would love to get back up to this like 540, 520 range. I think we really belong there, and I'm just waiting for us to get back up into that 500s, because I was hoping by the end of the month we would be close to 600 billion. I would be fine with 550, because then I would be optimistic that April we could see a bull run and get close to that 800 billion or at least 700 billion mark, and then the market would really be infused with electricity as people would be excited again, and day traders would start day trading, and swing traders would start swing trading, and new traders would come in. It would be an exciting time if we can get back to 700 billion. So we just have to kind of keep our eyes open, because if you aren't following us on Twitter yet, make sure you do. Crypto Coin News with a Z at the end. The link to our Twitter is in the description down below. We actually made our own cryptocurrency. Don't worry, there's no news on when we're going to ever release it, but I just wanted to claim our own token. I used the Nebuleo blockchain and the Orion wallet that just came out yesterday to make 10 million CCN tokens. I don't know if we're ever going to sell them or anything. I just want to claim them, and they're there. They exist now, and we're going to be maybe working on a website and stuff like that and attach the token to the success of CCN itself. So whether that's our website success in the future, our YouTube success, our Twitter, our Telegram, any success that we bring, hopefully it will bring success to the token. That's kind of our scheme right now that we're trying to work on. But we tweet about a lot of different things, guys. We tweeted about Nucleus Vision yesterday, tweeted about some of our favorite crypto YouTubers here yesterday as well. A lot of different things were tweeted about. We hit 100,000 subscribers yesterday. We celebrated that. We're actually doing a giveaway of 100,000 Telcoin, so you can go retweet and like that. We're giving away 21 XRP. We're going to do that today because we were only 21 subscribers shy of 100,000 last night when we tweeted that out. But thank you guys so much for all the support. You guys mean the world to me. I want you to let you know, after March 13th, we're never doing a dedicated ICO review ever again. So you'll never see a dedicated video about an ICO review starting March 14th. If we ever do an ICO review, it'll be a small mention in a video like a commercial. I want you guys to know that, because over the next couple of days, over the next 6 days, we're going to be doing 2 a day just to get done so we can have the money to keep this studio running. And then after that, we're going to figure out other ways to make income. But thank you guys so much for watching this video, and until the next one, happy trading and goodbye.